So one of the things we're going to be talking about on the 26th of June, and in fact throughout this month of June, if you follow us on our pages, is policy communications. And this is something that I really like. Now, policy communication is, textbook definition is about effectively communicating public policy information to various audiences, including the public, the stakeholders, and policymakers to influence the decision making and promote understanding. It's also to get support around it. Everything that goes from the process of how a policy is conceived, how it is developed, how it goes through the policy making process in whatever nation or country, or even it's an international policy. That entire process is what policy communication supports. Now, of course, we know when we're making public policy, there are many different steps in it. There's the consultation period, there's the engagement period, and of course, there's the communications aspect that runs through that. And what you want to have is to have a strategy that ensures that there's consistency of communication all through the process, consistency of messaging, and that the narrative and the storyline is compelling and something that, and you're able to explain as issues come up, as challenges come up, as people, sort of like contradict what, people counter what you're saying, you're able to develop narrative that explains better and wins people over and convinces people about what you're doing, and also to make amendments and adjustments. So it's very much policy, the whole policy making space, public policy, whether international policy, has a very strong communications, advocacy, influence, and persuasive element into it. It requires very technical communication specialist skills in terms of not just the pushing out of the messaging, but even the storytelling of it, the audience segmentation, the profiling, the making sure that the use of visual storytelling when necessary, knowing when you need to break things down, particularly even in the implementation process, sometimes also maybe in the policy review process as well. Being able to break the messaging down so that the people who are going to be impacted by it knows they know, feel, and do is clear. What you want them to know, how you want them to feel about this policy, and what you need them to do. So you really need to understand the basics of strategic communications to be able to function as a policy communications officer, or a policy communications strategist, or a policy communications consultant, or a policy communications lead. So these are the things that we're going to be teaching in that course. This is like the way our courses run, we have the strategic communications course, which teaches the foundation, and then we go into specialist areas. So this is one of those specialist areas where, if you have interest in working in an international development or policy making organization, or working for government or multilateral organizations, the UN, that kind of thing, and you're a communications professional and a practitioner, please join this course, because we're going to be discussing things that will be useful for you in the process of playing in whatever role you may find yourself in that development, political, public sector space. Join us on June 26th. Thank you.